MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. At the 25-yard line. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Jones. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. On 1st down, Brady. On the right side, this is Miller. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Dancing to his left, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. Touchdown! O.J. Howard, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. That's caught, and he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's a give to Barkley. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off play action, Jones. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jones throw there into the hands of Ross. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Again, he'll drop to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he gets it down to the 32. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down. From the gun, Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
For the Giants field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last.
That's caught at the 25. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. We keep waiting year after year to see signs of Tom Brady's arm strength deteriorating, but his message there, keep waiting.
And how about how he improvised right there, because he got flushed out of the pocket, locked eyes with his wide receiver, who knew to just keep running. And he was able to lay that one out there for him to run under.
Quickly to Gronkowski, that's caught. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Ain't doing nothing.
So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? And
now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Brady. That's caught by Howard. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. He completes it to Evans. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And maybe some indecision on getting the punt team out there, and they're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. So 4th down, the Bucs trot out Bradley Pinion to punt it. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Jackson to return. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off the play fake. Jones. Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
A 1st down run by Barkley unsuccessful as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. Off play action. Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate, and in doing so, sent this one off target.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Quick pass out to Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run with Cook, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Suckup will put this one right through, and that's going to up the lead to 15-10. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fielded just outside the goal line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Looking to throw on second down. Jones. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Brady to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Cook. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Succop's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Jones, a final shot before break. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Running right through him. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Flexing his muscle again. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Cook following the penalty. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Again, it's Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
And the Buccaneers first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production. From their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Here's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Off the play fake. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Operating from the gun, Jones runs over it. That catch good for only a couple. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looking to throw. Jones. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, 38 yards. And the Giants are a two-point conversion away from tying this football game. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for two here. Jones throwing for it. Steps away to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Giants 16.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Wide open, Gronkowski. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And a solid run down inside the 30.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 29, Brady. This is caught and out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Cook, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Dalvin Cook, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. So a big play coming now for the Bucs as they'll go for 2. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, What changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing again on second down. Jones, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 6.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8, so logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
This is Barkley. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. And it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The Giants on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Second and 10. And he finds Howard complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Bucs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Cook able to escape. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They run again on first down. Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
8 yards to go on second down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Third and 4. This crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Back to throw, Brady. And complete, right side to Cook. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
The Cook getting the call there on first down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And a disappointing way to close out the season. You got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit, but they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.